D-Mac on the fucking track.
Said I'ma stack it to the ceiling like a skyscraper.
Hey, yo, Pluto.
Yeah.
You going crazy?
Said I'ma stack it to the ceiling like a skyscraper. Just like a skyscraper. Said like a skyscraper. Said I'ma stack it to the ceiling like a skyscraper. How I'ma make it out the city with all these haters? But I've been really on my grind, I'ma see you later. And I've been really trying to shine so I can stack my paper. And all the people in my corner say I'm up next. And like Nike, I'ma do it cause I'm about to check. And if he run up, I'ma shoot him, put him straight to rest. Cause I refuse to be a
Yo, Pocket Watch Podcast heading to Jupiter. Trying to get a pod in. We working all day, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go see Ryan. Marketing for Stryve Supplements. There's a lot of good shit they doing. Let's check it out.
We loaded up in this thing right now.
Loaded up.
Loaded, we ready. We coming ready.
So I can stack my pay. Cold nigga with a pistol on him for his safety. Bad yellow bitch, but she don't wanna have his baby. Young nigga thuggin' day to day like will he make it? Like will he make it? I don't know how I been on the grind chasing dreams this long, but I know that I gon' make it out if I just hold on. I don't know how I been on the grind chasing dreams this long, but I know that.
Welcome to Pocket Watch Podcast. I'm Zach.
Cruz.
Oh, what's going, guys? Ryan.
Also Ryan.
I heard that switch up. I know y'all heard that switch up. We got Ryan and Ryan in the building today.
Ryan and Ryaner on Pocket Watch Podcast right now. Ryan Gradney, Ryan Ripka.
Yep.
Yeah.
Co-owners of Stryve Supplements. It's good stuff. If you can see it here, if you check out the YouTube, you'll see their products here. We're definitely going to get into...
Actually, you know what? None of the products in the video.
No? We'll fix that real quick. So we got
There you go. Check the
I'll
YouTube.
adjust it. I'll make a YouTube. I'll make a little...
Check the YouTube right now.
Make a little...
Can we move it backwards?
YouTube or Instagram and our website. We don't have a YouTube.
He's saying for the people that
For our YouTube, yeah.
Okay.
No, but follow at Stryve, Stryve Supplements on IG. Check out their website. They got a good website. They're giving away, what is that, Camaro?
2020 Camaro and $10,000
Ooh, 2020 Camaro and $10,000 cash.
Yeah.
Holy crap,
Or if you
man.
don't need a car, you just take $30K cash.
Right. If you don't want the car, just take $30K cash.
Yeah.
I was talking with, we're still recording, right? Okay. So I was talking with Andrew, and we were kind of thinking, we were like, what is the best route to go if you won? Which one? Like, would you guys know off the top which?
like what's more
Without,
valuable?
if you want to give it out, because we were talking, we were like, I wonder what we could sell the Camaro for. Like, what is that going for?
Camaro's worth more money.
Yeah.
I
so
was
it's
thinking
like,
that too.
it's
I
like,
saw that.
take it and sell it, or
But it's if someone doesn't want a car, doesn't need a car, it's much easier to just take 30 grand and have to deal with getting the car or selling it after.
yeah, because then if you sell it, you got to deal with the taxes and shit of what you sold, and then you might have to insure it for a period.
Is
of
that
time.
why you guys include the 10K cash with it? Is to help cover like the fees for that associated with it?
Exactly. I mean, we can't make someone spend the money on anything, but we
Yeah.
say, hey, here's the 10 grand. We recommend you use it to pay your taxes on.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So Stryve Supplements, they're giving away a car, this and that. We're gonna get into it. Ryan Gradney, Ryan Ripka. We'll start off. This is Pocket Watch Podcast. You know how we start every episode. We got the weekly success and failure. I'll start it off now. My success this week is it's the new year. Like I said, one of my New Year's resolutions this year is to like finish everything I started last year, like at 110-fold. This podcast is one of them, but I'm making some strides on my master's program. I'm making sure all my P's and Q's, all my I's are dotted, everything's good. And that's a success this week. I'm back into it. I don't start till May, but I got to make sure everything's ready. Got to make sure it's expensive, man.
Yeah.
To pay for that school stuff, bro. That's why I respect you guys doing what you're doing without any school or nothing like that, man. Like that's baller shit right there.
Yeah.
With weekly failure for me, I've been slacking in the weights. Speaking of Stryve Supplements, I've been drinking a lot of the pre-workout, but haven't been doing a lot of the working out. You know what I mean? So that'll be my failure this week.
All right, so for me, I do want to tell everybody, thank you guys for coming back for another week. We do appreciate you guys, obviously, for that, listening week after week for us and giving us this continuous support. Also, shout out to Block 105. If you guys listen on the radio station, we want to shout you guys out. Go ahead and follow us on all social media platforms at Pocket Watch Podcast. Go ahead and follow Stryve Supplements. I know they already just shouted out, but go ahead and give them follow them, show them some love. Go ahead and order some stuff so you guys can get entered into the sweepstakes, so you guys can go ahead and get that Camaro and that 10K cash, so y'all can go ahead and ball out. You know how it is. And then also, if you guys are watching on the YouTube, you guys will go ahead on the podcast side, go ahead and check the description. We're going to have links to all their social media platforms down below, so go ahead and click on those, go follow them, go give them some love, and go ahead and support them. But for me, my weekly success, actually I'm gonna start with my failure. So this is the beginning of the year. My business is running a little bit slow this week, just because, for the end of the year, everybody was rushing to go ahead and get everything finalized for the end of the year. So my business was a little bit slow this week. So that is definitely a downside for me. That was my weekly failure. And I kind of was I took it as like a little bit of a break, because the last 2 weeks I was killing myself because everything was crunch time for the end of the year. So I've been slacking with that. And also, I'm also slacking with my accounting stuff in my business. I got to get caught up on that for my taxes, because
almost tax season, brother.
Yeah, I know. I got to get all that stuff finished up. But my weekly successes for the podcast, for you guys, especially on the video side, we did order a brand new camera for the podcast. We do have a brand new video camera coming in, so go ahead and stay tuned for that. We should have in about 2 weeks. So go ahead and stay tuned for that. We're going to have some better quality content coming out for sure. And we might start doing like our lives again. So you're going to start seeing us. All of our episodes going to be streamed live as well. So stay tuned for that for sure.
Facebook, right?
You know what? We're working on it. It's probably going to be on Facebook, but I've been working on some things, trying to figure out how we can do it live from a computer through Instagram and stuff like that. So we might be on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook all at the same time.
Instagram doesn't offer the same capabilities as far as live, like what Facebook does.
Besides a phone, yeah. If you don't, from a phone, it's easy, but if you're doing it other than a phone, it's a little bit more
from a camera or something.
It's a little bit more complex.
What y'all want to do? The Ryans, y'all can share it.
We're gonna share it. So I'll start with the failure. So we went to a car show this weekend to try to promote our product. It was what's it?
Clean Culture.
Clean Culture over at the Palm Beach International Raceway. And dude, when I say we sucked.
Like, what do you mean suck? Like,
bro, it was not our demographic at all. Like, we kind of went there thinking, okay, maybe like some car people want to win the Camaro.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
A lot of them don't like to go to the gym, so it's a much easier to sell to be like, hey, you go to the gym, you use this product. Yeah. Why not try to win a car, rather than, hey, you like cars, why come buy our product that you're not going to use?
Exactly. Yeah.
So it just didn't match up, but it was great learning experience.
That is one thing that, like, you'll never, unless you're in like that marketing world or trying to push something, you'll never realize like demographic freaking matters, man.
Huge. So,
and that's a good distinction.
So it would have been better for you guys to go to like a fitness event like Europa or something like that, to advertise there and just have the cars like a background thing instead of trying to go after car people then.
Well,
right?
he went to the gym this week and did in 2 hours like 10 times the results of what we did in 11 hours
at a car show.
Hey man, that's a success right there, boy.
Yo, car guys, y'all need to hit the gym, bro. What y'all doing? What's
weekly success. So I took over, our advertising, paid advertising, kind of. It's a big learning experience, big learning curve.
Hell yeah.
It's been kind of hitting its stride. I've been getting everything dialed in and optimizing our ads and seeing much better results from it.
Cool. Like, what do you mean? Like, what are some of those things that you're doing?
Well, it's like Facebook, Instagram ads.
The
back end, it's a little tricky. It's not only just the technical part of it, but also there's a million different strategies, and there's targeting and demographics and different types of campaigns that you can run. So it's definitely a lot of like testing, because you're testing your demographic, you're testing images, you're testing different videos, you're testing different copy, and then you're testing all of the different types of campaigns and all the different strategies that you can use. So it definitely is a learning experience, and unfortunately, to do advertising, you pay for those learning experiences. You're paying to run ads, and if it's not returning something, you're okay.
Let's switch this up.
What I do wrong here, tweak it, and then I'm kind of fine tuning those tweaks and seeing much better results from it.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, it's really cool too, because like you guys are definitely like doing it really big right now, like especially for just starting like a supplement company, to do such a giveaway like you guys are doing right now is ridiculous. And it's really cool to kind of hear and see you guys are doing this yourself. You know what I mean? Like you're not, I mean, it like trying to learn along the way, like on the marketing and paying for promos and stuff like that, and like seeing which places to pull up in person and see, that's really cool, man. Cause like you do it yourself, you got full control. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I mean, getting started, it's definitely very tricky. It's one of those things, you can't really predict what's going to happen. You just kind of
gotta do it.
It happens and adapts, and it's just been a lot of long nights and hundreds of YouTube videos and a ton of articles. Just,
YouTube University, baby.
That's it is.
Yeah. For real, same thing with this. Like when we got started with this, I didn't know anything about audio. I didn't know anything about video or anything like that. And it's been a learning curve, and it's taken time to learn, taking money to learn. We've made mistakes and everything like that. So you got to do it. That's the easiest way to gain experience is to do it. And
if you're not failing, you're not learning.
Exactly. That's 100%.
If you're trying to start a company, go out there and fail as many times as you can.
1,000%.
Hell yeah, man. All right, so let's like work backwards. So we starting this. We got Ryan Gradney, Ryan Ripka. That's how you pronounce your last name, right? Ryan Gradney, Ryan Ripka. Okay, co-owners of Stryve Supplements. Who's the other partner in that?
Kyle Osplund.
Kyle Ospan. Okay, and he's like he's also like, so if you don't know these guys, they're very big into like the reptiles and stuff like that. I don't know if Ryan Ripka is. Are you big into the reptiles? No,
that's more their thing.
Fitness. You're a fitness guy.
Cool, I go hang around it, but they're much more involved.
Okay, all right. So Mr. Gradney is very into, because he's what's some of your IG things on there? Like what was it? The director of Cold.
Oh yeah.
Let me see those. I like that, man. We gotta introduce you that way.
So basically, right now on my IG, it's South Florida's premier dragoneer.
Yes.
And then director of cold-blooded activities.
Yes, sir. That's Ryan Gradney for that. And then partnering with Ryan Ripka, who's been in the gym for years, knows exactly what you want as far as like what you're trying to get out of those supplements and stuff, trying to work out. And then kind of having that third trifecta of what's it, Kyle, or whatever, and those are all good things that you need. You guys aren't from here.
No, so both the Ryans are from California.
The Ryans.
So I moved down about a little over 2 years ago, and then Ripka followed me like 6 months after I moved.
Nice. So from California, what you mentioned? How did you guys meet again?
We actually met dating a pair of sisters.
Yeah. They were like, hey, I got this guy named Ryan. He's like, me too. let's go on a double date.
Yeah, so we were hanging out at the girls' house the whole time. It was just the Ryans, and then, it didn't work out for us with the girls, but like, fuck it. We still like to hang out, so we end up breaking it and still hanging out.
Hell yeah, cool, man. Cool. Hell yeah. So what made you guys come down here?
So basically I became friends with Kyle.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm big into animals, so like crocodiles, venomous snakes, all that's my wheelhouse. In California, there wasn't that much of an opportunity for me out there. And, I was working real estate, so I've always done sales. And Kyle came to visit like on his way to another trip or something. He was like, hey, what do you think about like doing a YouTube channel? Like I want to get that started. I'm like, yeah, that's something I like to work towards, like the next 5 years. Like, how about we just do it now? I'm like, all right. So 2 weeks later, I was in Florida.
Really?
I quit my job, sold all my stuff, and just drove across country.
Wow.
So you said you hit him up like maybe 6 years ago or so, right?
Yeah, we've known each other for about 6 years now.
So that would have been like, so you hit him up maybe 4 years in advance before you moved down here, huh?
Oh yeah. So I hit him up like 6 years ago. We started talking, became friends on Instagram, and then I had been visiting like pretty much every 3 months. I was coming to Florida to do animal stuff for like 4 years.
And where? Like with him or?
With him, and then also going down like the Everglades. And I've got some friends that have different properties and stuff. And
what made you like so into like rep? It's just like a hobby. Like you're just a big fan of that stuff, or what?
Yeah, I've turned it into a little bit of a business, but
for sure.
Yeah, I've had snakes since I was 3. So ever since then, and then I've had venomous for 10 years now, and worked with crocodilians for like 6 now.
Oh, cool. So and then what? So Ryan Ripka, you moved what? You just followed him through, or
he
what?
He was calling me every day saying, "Bro, Florida is the shit, the place to be. Like, what are you doing not coming down here?" And I, for me, I do a little better in the cold, like the heat. I'm like dying. I'm like, I can't do Florida. I can't do Florida.
Really?
He kept, bugging me for a while. I came out and visited him. Like, all right, Florida's not that bad.
It's pretty cool out here. Yeah. Especially like if you guys don't know, we're in Jupiter right now. How far are we from Miami?
About an hour.
About an hour. So we're like what on the?
It's like northwest
northwest or whatever.
No, West Palm Beach. Right?
West Palm Beach.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I mean, this is a pretty dope spot to come to, you know what I mean? And I always thought, like, I always compared, like, I don't know if there's a better, like, 4-hour window of real estate than, like, your Orlando, Tampa, Miami. And you guys are kind of, like, that, like, right in the center of it, And it's, like, because, like you said, you guys are from North Cal, and I mentioned LA like an idiot, but it's like, yeah, that's 9 hours away, bro. Like, that's to Georgia from here, or plus or minus or whatever. Yeah. But
and a big reason, too, like, we moved down is, like, obviously animals, and then he's in like cars too, which is our other partner Kyle. He's got a high performance car shop, Hydra. They work on like Ferraris and Lambos and all that stuff.
Cool.
So, and also, Florida's half the cost, or it was half the cost of what California was when we moved down. So we're like, let's just go down there. There's more opportunity. Let's figure this out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, moved like mid lockdown too. So California was still shut down. Moved out here and actually was able to.
I was gonna say
anything.
that's like you guys were saying this is the place to go. Like pre-COVID, you were saying that like these days for sure. Like I mean. We don't have to get technical or like into details on all that, but like you guys a couple more freedoms out here, you know, with certain things and we just had a realtor on last week and she was talking about the market in Florida and stuff, and it's like we've always debated if we think there's some type of bubble, you know, because there are a lot of people moving out here for different reasons and it's driving the market up like crazy. And like you said, used to be half of California, you know,
like California prices now. Like we're looking to buy. I'm like, crap.
Yeah, you guys are looking to buy now, right? Yeah, man. But you never know, man, because it could just be a correction. Like, who knows? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think Palm Beach County had the highest like increase in like home and rent prices in the country this year.
Really?
Yeah, I believe it.
Palm Beach, really? And that's this area or whatever?
Yeah, we're in Palm Beach County.
Yeah.
Ah, cool. All right, so you guys came down here, and then what was the first thing you guys did when you came down here? Like, you said you started working with Kyle? Or?
Yeah, so we started the YouTube channel, which is Primitive Predators. So we got like 50,000 followers on there right now.
Premier Predators? Go look at Primitive Predators.
Yeah.
Super cool. So you kind of help out with, or you run the like YouTube and stuff for him?
So I came down, I do all the video, I do all the editing, help come up with like video ideas and do all that stuff, and then kind of put it together. Because he'd always wanted to do it, and he filmed a few things before, but he's super busy because he's got a bunch of other stuff going on. So he was never able to get like footage to actual like a video. So I kind of helped connect that, and then I've got all the snakes and everything. So we filmed.
That's super smart, man. Like, good for Kyle, because it's like. Part of like running something, if you ever want to be big in anything, you got to realize like where your weaknesses are, right? Or what you want to do and what you don't have time for or whatever. And it's good. It's like, he's smart to market it that way, you know, like make a YouTube channel. Like nobody else has this freaking, like if people don't know, like this Kyle guy's got like how many crocodiles and snakes and stuff does he have?
I mean, it's over like he's got over like 200 crocodiles and stuff, everything up to like a 15-foot salty. And then the snakes and stuff, we kind of split and all that. So between us, we have like 70 snakes.
Oof. Oh my gosh. And then which one is this one? Is this the venom?
Down here.
Yeah. Down there. Yeah.
Take the venom. So then mix it up with you know, starting a supplement company and kind of having like, and if you look at some of their videos, they got like a cobra hanging out of like one of these things coming out. And this is, I've been taking some of these products. These are good products. I haven't tried the venom one yet. This is one I definitely got to buy. But the what was the other one? The
Nitric Surge.
Yeah, the Nitric Surge.
Nitric Surge, yeah, that one. That's the one. Yeah. That one's very like, if you don't like the tingling feeling when you take pre-workout or something, that's definitely one to try. And then you guys said that the Venom one has everything else.
Yeah, caffeine and the beta alanine. Beta alanine is the one that gives you that itchy tingling feeling.
Right.
We'll send you home with some Venom.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my God.
So yeah, we kind of can put all of us together. So we got Ripka with the gym supplements and everything. I got the Cobra influence on there, and then Kyle's the car, obviously.
Yeah.
The car giveaway. So
heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. So how long are you guys doing the giveaway till? At what point does the giveaway stop?
So it runs March 9th. That's the end of the promotion. And then we have a third-party administrator that actually does the drawing. So it takes them, like 4 or 5 days after that, because they got to actually, call, verify, because you got to be like 18 and, you have to be a citizen of the United States kind of thing in order to rules, regulations. So it's a few days after that. They'll, give us a call, tell us who the winner is, and then we got to make a pretty fun phone call to someone.
Hell yeah! So you guys are gonna make the call whenever they decide the winner?
Yeah. So they pick the winner, and then we get to call them.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. That's gonna be exciting.
How are you guys gonna roll that out anyway? Like, you're gonna do a video for that or what?
Oh yeah, we have to. Yeah,
you have to, because too many people are trying to say like, oh, is this real or something, right? Yeah. You got to document the.
Yeah, we'll do something. We'll bring them out here, do some kind of like cool ceremony thing. Actually, like giving them the car.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude, that's super cool, man.
Bring some crocodiles there for that.
Whoever the third party is, pick Cruz Madero, because I bought some too. I'll take that. That's super cool, man. What about that's one thing too that you guys mentioned, like for those of you that like think doing some of these giveaways are easy or whatever, how much did you guys have to pay just for the bonding and like? What is it? What are the things you needed to do for that third party Or
So-
to do a giveaway?
I mean, to do a giveaway, I mean, you technically have to, follow, there's like laws and
Yeah,
regulations.
right.
So, I mean, you technically don't need a third party, but obviously there's more credibility.
Yeah,
It's completely unbiased because we have no control over who picks it. And then we have to be registered in order to do the giveaway. And then the state of Florida and New York, they also require you to be bonded. So you can exclude Florida and New York and not get a bond, but we don't want to do that. Obviously we're based in Florida.
Yeah.
We absolutely want to include them. So we had to get registered and bonded, and we have a third party that administers all that.
Yeah. And then that's a chunk of change just to do that, right? Like,
Just that part's
yeah, man.
$500.
$5,500 just for that. So like,
Just for someone to pick a name for us.
it's not just the giveaway, man. Like it's really cool. Like what it takes, to learn about what it takes to even do something that looks like that,
Is that the cost
official?
Is that the cost for each sweepstake that you guys do, or is that just
every
a
single
one-time fee? Oh, for each one you gotta do it. So each one has its own bonded insurance for each one that you hold. That's interesting. That's really cool.
Yeah, so we don't get registered as like a sweepstakes company. You
Yeah.
just get registered for each individual sweepstakes.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I
Heck
didn't know
yeah.
that. I thought it'd be like maybe like a couple of them like one-time fees, and then maybe like you just pay the third party like administration fee or something like that each time you do more.
Oh no, they won't get paid every time.
No, okay, that makes sense. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
That's cool. And since we've been talking about the Stryve supplements heavy at the beginning of this episode, can you guys dive into like what are some of the products you guys got, just so we could kind of
Yeah,
See?
I can do that. So I mean, we launched with like 4 different products, a couple different flavors. So we launched with 2 different types of pre-workout. So we have a stimulant version, which is the Venom. So stimulant meaning caffeine.
Yeah.
And then a non-stimulant, which for all you guys that work out, it's to it's what we call like a pump formula. So what it does is increase blood flow, opens up your blood vessels, pushes nutrients and oxygen to your muscles, so you get better endurance and strength. And then the other one has a few categories where it's energy, performance, pump. It also has pump ingredients, and then we also put like nootropics in there to.
what is that? What does nootropics do?
So they help with like mental, cognitive function. So
Makes you feel like sharper.
Yeah, focus aids basically. So I don't know if you ever noticed, you're at the gym and you're like in between sets on Instagram, then you're like, oh shit, it's been 4 minutes before I did a rep. It just helps you get like dialed in and maintain your focus on your workout, and helps with that kind of mind muscle connection.
Does the one that's non-stimulant have that as well?
No, that one's just all pump formula.
All pump formula.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that was
Okay.
just designed when you work out, you feel a little bigger.
Yeah.
Just enhances that.
That's what that does. Okay. I definitely noticed some of that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Taking
you
it.
just started working out again. Too,
Yeah. I started changing up my regimen, so I'm working out early now, and that's what I take to get me freaking out of bed or whatever. And then it's like, it's like a good pump.
Yeah.
What is this? You got some proteins too?
Yeah. So then we also have a whey protein isolate. So whey protein isolate is just the most filtered, cleanest version of the whey. So it goes through more filtration that gets rid of sugar, fat, lactose. So it has the least amount of that. So it's 25 grams of protein, only has 1.5 grams of carbs, less than a gram of fat. So it's just super clean protein. We got 2 flavors of it, which are both awesome: vanilla milkshake and hot chocolate.
Nice.
And then the last one's the kind of farthest out there one, is called a turkesterone, which is a plant compound, and it's found from the Ajuja turkestanka plant, and some other ones like spinach. It also has it in there.
And is that like testosterone booster type?
It sounds like testosterone, so everyone kind of thinks that, but what it's actually like, it's non-hormonal, so it doesn't affect your hormones. But
that's good.
Yeah. So it doesn't affect your hormones, so that means there's like no cycling, anything like that.
Yeah.
But what it does, increase protein synthesis. So protein synthesis is the repair and building of muscle.
Yeah.
So when you work out, you destroy your muscles, and then you get bigger by rebuilding your muscles through protein synthesis. So that upregulates that. So with more protein synthesis, you get better recovery, bigger muscles, better strength.
That's like, is it kind of like an amino acid, like the white blood cell, like repair or something?
Amino acids are what are used, it's like the building blocks of protein. So, that kind of works in conjunction with that. So you need your body, each protein's different. So it's a different chain of amino acids. So what that does is just upregulates the protein synthesis, basically turning amino acids into proteins.
So, okay. So you take that in conjunction with it, and it would be a good little pair or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, just, making sure you have enough when you're trying to, gain muscle. The biggest thing is getting in enough protein as, whole.
Nah, that's really cool, man. And that's why, those of you that don't know, I work at a manufacturer myself, and that's why I was asking, have you guys ever tried, manufacturing with us? Because you guys right now, your manufacturer's in Georgia.
Yeah, they're in Georgia.
Yeah, so I mean, we were in Orlando, and apparently you guys have tried, huh?
Yeah, we reached out, man. Before we reached out to like 6 or 7 different manufacturers.
Smart.
Yeah, we reached out to one of your guys. I won't mention him, put him on blast. If you want to go ahead.
Angel, tis. He listens too. That's gonna be funny. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he said you guys weren't taking on like new companies. So yeah, we ended up finding one up in Georgia.
Yeah.
Take us on.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I would like to. It'd be interesting to see. I'm gonna talk to him about it. It'd be interesting to see why not. But just knowing you guys' backgrounds, I mean, like what because it seems like you're very into like the formulas of this, right?
Yeah. So back when it all started, I was like 18. I was super into bodybuilding. I mean, I was just like working at the front desk at a gym. You know, as a kid, I was still going to school back then, and I always enjoyed like the science behind the pre-workout. And back then, the best. There wasn't a ton of actually quality pre-workouts. It was like C4, which is garbage,
right?
It's not a very good pre-workout. So I ended up just kind of becoming a little mad scientist out of my gym locker. I bought all the individual, I did all the research, found all the ingredients I liked individually, and then I was just mixing it up in my gym locker in my shaker cup. And
just playing around with it.
I did a really good job. So then everyone at the gym, I was just mixing up pre-workout for everyone. I was just like, chilling out pre-workout to all the gym bros, just out of my gym locker.
Look at that, man. See, and that's really cool because that's like a good, like something we believe in is like you didn't even go to school for it, but that was something like you love to do and something you like worked hard on and like try to like facilitate. Like if you put work into something, you learn a hell of a lot along the way. You know what I mean?
Just finding something that's like, I enjoyed doing it. It wasn't like it was actually work.
Yeah.
Something, I would just dive in and be like, oh, wow, okay, I've been reading about this for like 4 hours. Time just flew by.
And why do you say C4 is garbage?
So, I mean, in supplements, you can do what's called like a proprietary blend, which means you list like 10 ingredients and the 10 ingredients totals up to like 5 grams or so. And really what it means is I'm not going to tell you what I'm actually putting in there. Like I'll tell you what it is, but not how much.
Yeah.
So like some ingredients, like for example, the L-citrulline is the best. It's called a nitric oxide precursor. It's the best ingredient there is to give you a pump. You need like 6-ish grams of it, 4 to 8 to really be actually effective. So what they'll do is they'll list it as a proprietary blend, put other fillers that are super cheap, and then they'll put like half a gram of L-citrulline in there. So it's not enough to actually make it be effective.
Got it.
Yeah. Which is kind of like backfires on them because I feel like if you were to actually put the proper amount in there and people use it and they actually see like, holy shit, this stuff works like crazy, then I feel like in retrospect, long term, it'd be better for your company because people are actually going to be like, no, nobody can touch this, and everybody's going to want to use that product. You know what I mean? So I feel like they kind of bite themselves in the ass for like cutting corners with it. They
kind of. What they make up for it, they just put a ton of stimulants in there. So they put like caffeine and then other stimulants.
So you feel like
you feel great, but if you do too much caffeine, it's actually counterproductive. Caffeine is a vasorestrict, so it actually restricts your blood flow. So if you do too much caffeine, you're actually inhibiting your performance. At in smaller amounts, it actually is ups your performance, but too high, it actually inhibits your performance. So you're gonna feel great, like you can run on the walls, but you're not actually going to lift as much.
Yeah, counterproductive.
How much of that is like research versus like testing? Because like you said, it sounded like you've been like messing with some grams of this and that. Okay, if I take this many, I feel like
every ingredient we use, they're all science backed. So I've read all the clinical studies and all.
At this point,
yeah,
good.
I mean, this is a whole lot different than when I was 18 mixing up. We're FDA regulated, certified, good manufacturing. We're professional at it now.
Yeah.
But we don't use anything that's kind of new or sketchy. So we use all like science-backed ingredients that have pure, double-blind, peer-reviewed, studies on the actual ingredients to show that they're effective.
Yeah, man, that's good, bro. That's really cool. So at that point, so you guys come out here. At what point did you guys start Stryve Supplements?
Like 4 months ago.
4 months ago.
Yeah.
So this is like hitting the ground running. So this is the giveaway is kind of like the launch kind of deal. Like this is
less than a month. We're not even a month in yet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. From concept to product was probably 3 months.
From concept to product was 3 months.
Wow, that's quick turnaround time. That's crazy turnaround time.
Wow, that's sick, dude.
Clarify, he's been designing this stuff and like playing around with it, so it wasn't like coming up with something from scratch. It's like, okay, we know we want to start a company. Sweepstakes are killing it. We know we can make them a lot of money in there. He already knows a bunch of stuff when it comes to like products. So like, let's just fucking do it. Like, as long as the numbers make sense, we started reaching out to manufacturers. We're like, if it hits above this percentage, we're doing it. And it was above. We're like, okay, we're fucking doing it.
And it looked good.
Yeah, that's dope.
So how was that process, like vetting out the manufacturers? I mean, because you said from concept to product 3 months. So how long were you guys vetting out like different manufacturers and stuff?
That was a big part of the process. So
that's big.
I mean, we ruled out any of them that, because you don't technically have to have your manufacturing facility regulated by the FDA, but obviously we want a top tier product. You know, we want a manufacturer that is FDA regulated. You know, the other big certification is the certified good manufacturing procedures. So we want to make sure we had one that had that. And then we actually went and like toured it. You know, you want to make sure that they're actually doing everything the proper way. You know, everyone's wearing all like the full, basically like hazmat suit.
Exactly.
Make sure everything's in like sterile environments, and you know, also everything's tested. So, you know, they source the raw ingredients, test it. They mix it all together, test it. They bottle it, pull a bottle, test it again.
Yeah.
So, you know, you don't want, you know, someone accidentally putting too much of one ingredient. Like if you feel like, you know, we have 150 milligrams of caffeine a scoop in there.
Yeah.
If they were to do like triple of that by accident, you can cause some big issues with
man.
caffeine. So making sure that they have all the proper procedures in place. We went there and make sure they have, you know, a good team, you know, good people to work with.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
And then like the point of contact and stuff like that, that's something else too, right? Like being able like to update you on like how stuff is going or whatever. So how long did it take for your first batch to get made? Like at what point did you decide on a manufacturer and then you get a batch made? That's pretty...
Well, because, you know, I did a lot of, I've done all the research on the ingredients, what I would actually want in there for a while. So I had a pretty good understanding of what I want to do and just fine tuned it a little bit when we got there.
And you do, I will say, like just listening, because at my job, we deal with a lot of contract manufacturing, and some of the things we get from certain people, it's interesting. You definitely know exactly what you want, and you sound you're very well versed.
Oh yeah, I've studied all of it.
It's awesome, man. That's great, bro. For anybody that might want to have some trust in this product, this guy sounds like a mastermind.
He's the evil scientist.
He's the evil scientist.
Yeah, I mean, I was mixing
doing curls.
Just
2 more grams of this. There we go.
Yeah, but no, I mean, the biggest part of it was, you know, once we got it, we actually did a lot of like product testing. So, you know, we get our samples, and, you know, part of it is, you know, okay, this is a new formulation, you know, like actually, you know, make sure it fits well together. So, you know, we're all testing it with all our friends at the gym, and then actually putting together like the flavor profile so it actually, you know, tastes good. Because like I said, C4, for example, has like a 6 gram scoop. Ours, if you do 1 scoop, is 12 or 14, depending on which one you get, or 24 and 28. So we're way more than C4 because we actually put the amounts that are needed. So they actually, you know, the ingredients themselves don't taste good just by themselves. So you know, unflavored. So it's, you know, quite a bit of a task to actually get a flavor profile that actually like tastes good with that amount of ingredient in there. Yeah. And I think we did a pretty good job with that.
Yeah, man, that sounds good, bro. That sounds like you guys took, like, look at, and that's a good way for anybody that's trying to start something up. It's like, look at what's doing good, right? But then how do we separate ourselves from them, right? And it seems like you're like, hey, we're actually adding what we need. Because that's one thing that people don't know. Like pharma, like if you're talking about like pills and a lot of these prescriptions and stuff, that must be FDA. That must be tested. Like that's all very much federal. But like this nutraceutical stuff, like these powders and capsules and very stuff,
loose.
It's very loose. So you got to watch out, you know, you got to watch out who you go with and who you work for. So that's why it's very important when you're buying something like this, like Stryve Supplements, to know, okay, cool, they got a mad scientist back there. They know this is somebody that uses it and wants it to be good. You know what I mean?
I mean, just local here, just recently, there's a company like Blackstone Labs and the CEO of Redcon One, which is a huge supplement company. He's facing jail time and millions of dollars in fines for putting, you know, banned ingredients in there and then not telling people. So you know, they put like stimulants called DMAA, which is banned for years because
years. That was back like
killed people.
That was like the Jack 3D, right?
Jack 3D, exactly. So 1,3-dimethyl. I butchered it.
Yeah, it's like a long ass name.
So I mean,
that stuff is crazy. I was thinking that stuff as a teenager.
Initially designed as a nasal decongestant, and then it has similar chemical structure to an amphetamine.
Yep.
So people take it, and you can increase heart rate, blood pressure, can cause heart attacks, people die. But also, it is a great stimulant because it's similar to amphetamines.
That shit was insane, man.
Yeah, they put it in their product, and people loved it because they didn't know they were taking amphetamines, and then they got
is like the same component.
It's almost like a different molecule of like methamphetamine almost.
It's like a little carbon change difference.
It's
like a couple little carbon molecules.
Which I mean, it can make a big difference if you think about it from like a chemistry point, but still, nonetheless, it's still in the same family.
So that's why it's really big. Like those of you that don't know what the hell we're talking about, when he says like looking for a manufacturer that's like has these other certifications that, you know, those aren't required for you guys to do what you're doing. You know what I mean? But it's good to be able to
No, it costs us a lot more money too because we're a regulated facility. So obviously we could make much bigger margins using a cheap, sketchy manufacturer that isn't regulated like that. But we want to stand alone as not only do we have a great product, we have a top tier product that's very well designed and very well tested, and then also we're competitively priced and get a chance to win a car
because it gets sketchy. Some of these manufacturers will like cut some deals with those testers. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, you're hitting this plus or minus. Yeah, you're hitting this plus or minus. And some of these you'll see. So it's like it's like you'll see this big vat of powder, and then they'll add like just a little bit of something. And it's just like, how is that making it in? You know what I mean? Like, how is that really mixing in there? It's like, let's make sure we're doing this correctly, Yeah,
and that's exactly what we don't want. So that's why our ingredients are all on our bottles. Like, we're very transparent with
So you guys don't list like a proprietary blend on all?
We'll never do a proprietary blend.
Wow, that's
100% transparent.
That's awesome. That's really interesting because almost every big company has proprietary blends on it.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's cool. Yeah. It also kind of makes it harder because like if you have proprietary blends and you're like trying to stack on your own, like taking, like for example, you said citrulline, people could take citrulline in pill form and stuff like that. So if you're trying to like take things on the side with it, you can't actually know how much you're taking because it's a proprietary blend.
And if you think about it, why would you hide what you're putting in there if you're putting the right amount?
Exactly.
The only reason you would hide it is because you're skimping on it.
Yeah.
So it's really just for companies, it's like some ingredients like citrulline is a more expensive ingredient.
Yep.
So it's just ways to boost their margins, boost their profits.
Yeah.
Because like I said, if you put enough, you wouldn't hide behind it.
Yeah, you want to advertise that. Exactly. Yep.
So I think proprietary blend is just a dead giveaway that they're underdosing it.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I never thought about it from that perspective, but that makes sense for sure.
Yeah, man. And then Ryan, the other Ryan, or the Ryan, however you guys want to do it.
We stick with the Ryan.
So like, I think it's really interesting too, because you guys said you both tried school, right? You said screw it, and
yeah. So basically, my school experience. So I went to a junior college. I did well there. Like my problem I had when I first started going was I was getting pulled in a lot of different directions, mainly down here to Florida. So like like I said, I came down here like every 3 months. That time I came down, sometimes it ended up during like finals week or sometimes during like different things. So I was like, you know what, fuck that. I'm not going to go to class. I'm just going to go to Florida.
Yeah,
and
man.
I just wouldn't. So like I just kind of flunk it. I'm like, oh, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, bro.
That I decided to go back because I was going to join the Air Force. So I went to like through like MEPS and all that. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to.
Oh, so you were going to join the Air Force, huh?
Yeah.
At what point in time did you think you were going to do the Air Force?
That was like a year before I moved down here.
Okay.
So literally I went back because I stayed down here for a couple months with my buddy, like crashing on his couch. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go back to school. So I went back to school, got like I literally went from like a 1.6 GPA because I just didn't give a shit to like I ended there with like a 3.8. And I was like, I can do it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to join the Air Force. And I was sitting there at MEPS, like waiting to take my ASVAB. And then like they come out, they're like, oh yeah, you got sent here today? No, we're not doing that today. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I spent 10 hours getting here. I haven't eaten all day.
No.
Wait, you had to travel to do that?
Yeah, so it was about 2 hours from where I lived. So they picked me up in the morning at the recruiter's office and then bus you over. And that whole time, like, I was like, dude, I was so pissed because they didn't give me like any fucking food. And like I was like, I need lunch, I need breakfast. Like, nah, we'll get you in a minute. And
they were like, we got you, pussy.
Hurry up away. And then they're like, well, it's not gonna. You can't do the test today, so you can come do it tomorrow. I'm like, I'm just gonna go home. Fuck this. Like, if this is a precursor to what it's gonna be like, I'm out. And then luckily I did that. And then it was only like a couple months later, Kyle was like, hey man, you want to come to Florida? I was like, yeah. I'm down.
So imagine if you would have went to the Air Force, you probably wouldn't have ever been.
I'd still be in right now.
Yeah, man. Probably hating life.
Probably. Probably.
I know a couple people that went Air Force and after like 3 years, they're like, all right, F this, I'm done.
I mean, it's a grind. It's definitely a grind, but it's like, why do that? I mean, you can never predict what was going to happen, but I just like highlighting like, cause I'm a big proponent of school. Like I got my degree in accounting. I'm getting ready to go and do my master's, but I really like highlighting like those that try. It's not for everybody, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then it shouldn't be for everybody. Like if you got all this other stuff going on, it's like that was holding you back. And look, it's like, look at a couple of years later and you can see it was holding you back a little bit, you know? It's like, what did it benefit you?
It wasn't even like I was bad at it either. I was getting great grades.
Right.
So it's like, it's just not doing it for me. I got to do something else.
You got to get to it, man. Yeah. And especially if you got like partners and stuff that know what your value is, period. Right. Like sometimes you wonder the difference between for instance, like, let's just take you for example. It's like, all right, somebody that got their degree in marketing, right? Versus somebody that has experience in marketing or something like that,
Experience wins
9 times out of 10.
9.9 times.
Yeah.
Right?
A lot of the time people would be like, I've got a bunch of friends that went to school and got degrees and stuff, and I know what they're doing now and I know how they're working. Like, nah, it doesn't stack up a lot of the times. It's like the kid that went to school thinks he's entitled to a good job, thinks he's entitled to make money.
That's a problem.
He spent $100,000. Like, I spent $100,000. I'm not going to go work and try to do my own thing. You
Stupid.
pay me $200,000 to come work for you. It's like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah,
And
man.
then it's like, because both of us are like, dude, we've been hustling since like we got out of school, got out of high school and all that stuff. Like,
Because you can learn anything on the internet now, especially with like curriculum. I mean, if you look at these, college teachers, you get a marketing degree from someone who's like 65 years old who's never even heard of Facebook. I mean, the internet's evolving so quickly. I mean, the curriculum in no way is like you kept up with it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And experience,
They should have
9
like
times out of 10.
They should have like TikTokers or something teach these programs.
I don't know. We can stick to like YouTube or Facebook.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, like YouTubers or something. It's true though, man, because that's a great point. Like, what is the curriculum?
It's outdated. I mean, like I said, if you wanted to be a doctor, lawyer, that kind of thing, obviously school is important.
Science.
But, going to get a degree in business, you can learn so much more just going and like
Doing
from
it.
some place or just going out, like I said, and failing as many times as you can because you learn from those failures. And experience said trumps, go to school every time.
That's 100%, man. Yeah, because it's like I know. I mean, and like especially when they bring up like some of that, like not to bring in politics, but the very little bit of it, like paying for like certain college debt and stuff, like that. And it's just like
That's the only debt you can't get out of.
right.
Yeah.
But it's and I'm a proponent. Like I got some college debt, but like I got a degree in accounting. I'm okay with that debt that I got. You know what I mean? But there are some people, like you said, that go and do business or something. It's like, did you need that degree? Because like I know some entrepreneurs and stuff like that did not get that degree and they could run circles around you right now. And it's probably because of, like you said, like.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, especially in the old days, you needed that piece of paper to get in the door. And it was just, I have it. I show you that I can get something done.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's moving away from that because people see that, experience and learning online can be far superior to, being able to sit in a classroom and listen. Actually going out and doing it.
And having some balls, man. Like y'all actually like launching a freaking company, man. Like that's different than like, oh, I'm salary now. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, I just landed a big job. It's like, no, I'm launching a company. We got a big giveaway. We got good partners. You know what I mean? Like that's a whole different thing to like be proud of and work for,
100%. The wealthiest people I know don't have college degrees.
Boom.
I was gonna say that.
That's the biggest thing.
Like Kyle, your other partner, right? How about him?
Yeah, he went to college for a little bit, but then he went to like a trade school too for cars, and he owns a exotic cartooning company and everything. But there's a lot more of other examples too that are like I said, probably 8 or 9 out of 10 people that I know that are like wealthy.
Yeah,
even like publicly wealthy people. Majority of the publicly wealthy people, either one, don't have college degrees or they never finished, or the other option is that they went to college and they're doing something completely outside of the degree that has nothing to apply with it. You know what I mean?
Well, there's no reason to spend $80,000 on a liberal arts degree.
Oh yeah, like, don't even get started.
You're going to get in trouble for that. You're going to get canceled.
No.
Well, in reality, especially
history.
for a lot of these kids that are like going into school now to try to get debt. I mean, I hope that each generation coming up learns from the previous one.
Yep.
The biggest thing is like getting these degrees that don't necessarily translate into the workforce, but you're spending your whole entire 5 years of salary on one college degree.
That's a very good point you just made, because it's like you're not necessarily shitting on people that go get liberal arts degrees, right?
It's just
but it's
learning.
like, hey, you just spent money on something you didn't need to spend money on.
Yeah.
Like what did this school do for you that you probably, if you really wanted it and you really loved it, couldn't have done for yourself, and if not, probably learn more.
And it's not their fault either. Like I'm saying, like if you went and got a liberal art, that's not your fault. That's like for as long as I can remember when I was in school and stuff, it's like, go to college, you're going to be a failure. Go to college, you're going to be a failure. It doesn't matter
big
what
college too. That was like,
and it doesn't matter what the degree is. You're going to fail if you don't have a degree. Just get it. So these people that are like, don't really know what they wanted to do, went and just got a degree because they're like, okay, this is what everyone's telling me to do. I'll get a degree. It doesn't matter about debt. It'll come on the back end. And then it just kind of got let down.
I mean, anybody can walk at 18 years old. You can walk in and sign up for a college loan that, even if you file for bankruptcy, that is the only debt that trails you, doesn't get forgiven in bankruptcy. But if you're 18 years old and you want to say, hey, I want a $25,000 loan to start a business. Yeah, all right, cool. Not going to happen.
Bro, we spoke about that before, how hard it is to secure a business loan, but they do that. And on top of that, the crazy part is that like you can't go out of bankruptcy for the student loan. So why are the interest rates so high on them then? there's no risk.
The laws are made by the people giving the loans,
Exactly.
not the people getting them. So
they're
it's
like
to make them
they're
rich.
like 4 to 9% on student loans, maybe even a little bit lower, but they're like 4 to 9%, and that's insane on a loan that you can't get rid of. You can't file bankruptcy for that loan. So why is it so high? At that point, it should be like maybe 1% because you can't outrun that loan. You know what I mean?
Meanwhile, your bank will give you 0.5% in interest.
Yeah. Yep.
For the money you save in your account.
Banks and loans are made for the lenders, not
my
not
car
people.
loan is 1%, 1.9% to be exact.
That's pretty good.
But it's insane. Like, how can I get a car for 1.9%, but my education I can't get less because I have student loans and I never even got a degree. I have 2 classes before I finished my degree, but I think my loan is like 6%, 6.7% or something like that for freaking student loans. It's insane. It's absolutely insane for something you can't get rid of.
And it's like, sorry for like getting stuck on this, but like this is a big thing with our podcast. Like you said, every generation that goes through something, like all you hope is like to say something, spread the word on something to make the next generation better. And I think it's very like, as much as we can point stuff out, we like to do it because it's like, you got Zach, even with Zach, it's like you got people here that tried school is like, let's do this a different way. And it's very tight. This is scientific shit right here. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then the marketing and stuff like that, that's one of those degrees to me where it's like in the middle of like, it is strategic and scientific, but at the same time, it's like you probably will learn more doing it yourself. You know?
One caveat I got to say is it's just like how school's not for everyone. Not going to school is not for everyone. Because like
1000%.
This shit's a hard life. Like it takes a lot of hustle. It takes a lot of like years even of like being broke for years.
Yep.
Like it's way easier in my opinion to like go to school, get a degree, whatever, but then you're getting let down the back end. Whereas if you want to drop out, you don't necessarily have that safety blanket of a degree.
Yep.
So you better be willing to fucking hustle.
Yep. Yeah. I always say that not everybody's meant to be a business owner, hands down. And that's 100% true. And if everybody was meant to be a business owner, we would never have any companies because companies need employees.
Yeah.
And it's we have to have both. It's just how it plays out.
And it's not bad, right? Like I don't know if I'll ever be a business owner, but I always say like even at my company, I like to be the best soldier there is. You know what I mean?
Well, the problem we have now is we're taking like, for instance, business owners and we're demonizing them or putting them on pedestal. We're taking employees, we're demonizing or putting them on pedestals. Like we're kind of like polarizing both ends of the spectrum when it's like everybody has value no matter.
It's
who
an
it is.
ecosystem.
We shouldn't put down you shouldn't put down a garbage man because that's his job. They get paid.
Absolutely.
Bank. And that's essential to like our just as a living
function. Yeah.
Everybody has a role. No, like. We've gotten in, at least over the last 10, 15 years, or probably longer, just like looking down on people. Like we don't need to look down on them. Like, and everyone's on their own path.
Yeah, and everyone, has their own preferences. Like I said, being a business owner, like I said, you have no guarantee. You don't know. I mean, I quit my 9 to 5 to work 24/7, basically.
Yeah. That's it right there.
So many people just want to, have a family, have kids, and get off at 5 so they can hang out with the kids.
Boom,
so
that's a luxury.
There's nothing wrong with having a job. It's, where your priorities are. If you want to, like I said, you can have that security and that comfortability and the ability to, start a family and have kids, which is great for so many people. And then obviously there's some people that want to be an entrepreneur. There's no guarantee and there's a lot of stress and a lot more work. But the rewards can be huge.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Like,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, like for instance, like even just my personal example from moving from California. So I was a realtor there. I was able to save up some money. I literally quit my job, sold a couple things, drove across country. Kyle was gracious enough to give me a place to stay for 6 months. My first year and a half here, man, I made money off YouTube. We're only pulling in maybe $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
And on that, like you can't pay like my first year and a half, dead ass broke, and then finally got a job, and then now I'm working with Kyle, getting paid and all that. And
where did he put you to stay? Like where were you staying at? Like
oh, it was nice. Don't get me wrong.
Okay,
It was awesome.
He hooked it up.
Yeah, it was awesome. But even that, like, it was a huge gamble to be like, okay, there's nothing set up for me down there. Nope. I know that's where I want to be, and I know that's the kind of life I want to live. But I had to like be willing to be broke.
Sacrifice.
Use all my fucking savings, and just send it.
it's up to you to make it long term.
Yeah,
like the short term is great right now.
Yeah,
but it's up to me if I want this to be a long term thing.
And I feel like moments whenever you say like whenever you cut everything off and you're like, you know what, I have to go for it, is the moment that you find the most success, because that's when like when you're working towards survival is completely different than when you're working for like sustainability. You know what I mean? Like when you're working to survive, is like the hustle, the grind is so much different. Like for example, like I just said in the beginning episode, like my business was slow this last week. Whenever my business goes slow, man.
Next week you be grinding.
Back to the drawing board is getting creative
I get hungry. I get hungry, and like 2 months later, a month later, after like what I just put in, man, I'm like booming, and then it falls off, and I'm like booming, and it falls off, and like that's just how it is, you know, and like that's like the best time to create success.
I think that's a huge gem that came out of this podcast was like you said, they'll scrutinize both ends of the spectrum, right? Like the business owner, they'll scrutinize, and then the employee, they'll put down both ends. But one big thing I feel like I just like kind of realized in this episode is like, if you're like a 9-to-5 person and you're feeling bad about your life because you're a 9-to-5 person, do you have like a passion for something? Because it feels like the best way to be an entrepreneur, because most of the beginning is shit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there's no way you could put in like the
Passion.
time and the hours. You have to enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can't just do it. If it's just a money grab, you're going to burn yourself out.
Don't chase the money. If you do want to be an entrepreneur, don't think of money, right? Think of what you want to do.
Money's a product of passion well earned. Like for instance, for him, dude, he fucking quit his job in California, moved out here as well.
What did you do? Yeah. What did you do again?
In California, I ran operations for a chain of rental car agencies and car dealerships. And then, very great job. You know, doing great out there. And then, you know, he was telling me, you know, move to Florida, and I had like very secure everything down there. But I'm like, I'm getting older. You know, if I don't do it, I'll never know what it's going to be like. So
you'll never do it.
Your heart wasn't there really, maybe, right? Or else you wouldn't have been considering it as much.
No, I mean, it was great, but
I hounded him for like 6 years. I'm like, we gotta get out of here, bro.
He made sure your heart wasn't there.
Yeah, no, he was hounding me for it, but you know, it all worked out well. You know, it was for the best. You know, he was telling me how great it is down here. I mean, there's so much more opportunity down here. I mean, this place is like economically booming as far as like California is the worst state to start a business in regards of, you know, taxes, regulations. Just getting started, you know, California scrutinizes the business owner more than any other state in the country. So getting started is 10 times harder. Florida is, you know, pro business. So you can actually, they make it, you know, it's a lot easier to get started, and they support you a lot more.
And then fast forward.
He quit his job twice. So he quit one job to come to California, and then quit another job to start this company.
Job? What were you doing here then?
Then switch it up down here. Then I worked for a company, and then I worked in private equity finance. So we had like a network investors, and we'd also do like investor events and stuff. So we would raise money for private equity. So, you know, hedge funds, alternatives, estate deals, which was also another great job, but it wasn't something I loved doing, you know? So, I mean, it was a very good job for the time being, but you know, this was more of my calling. So I, again, left something completely secure, and then now I have no guarantee of anything.
Yeah, man.
That's kind of dope though, because those two jobs that you had applied a lot to what you're doing now. It definitely helped. I feel like you definitely probably brought some skills from those previous jobs to start this supplement company. I guarantee.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the, you know, operational sales. And I mean, sales and stuff. But God, I mean, there's still so much to learn, especially, you know, when you're taking on every aspect of it as an owner.
Yeah,
of course. I had a little bit of foundation, but quickly found out that I did not know anything. You learn that very fast, and then it's like I said, it's been a lot of, you know, up to 4 a.m. nights on, like I said, the college of YouTube, the college of Google.
Trying
to figure this stuff
YouTube
out.
University,
man,
bro.
You can learn anything on YouTube nowadays. I swear to God, you can learn anything you want to do. You can learn from there. And if you don't, then you learn it and you put it on YouTube and you become a millionaire.
Yeah,
that's the crazy thing too, man. Because I feel like last year I tried a bunch of different things for money, right? Like try to start a bit. I'm like, man, I got the accounting part down. Like, you know, let me try to see if I could start some businesses. And I tried like some cleaning services. I tried a couple of different things.
You got in with the business with some people actually.
Started some franchises and stuff, but I hated it, bro. Yeah. And I was trying to do my 9 to 5. Yeah. So it's like you're trying to push yourself beyond you know what you want to do for something you don't want to do.
If you don't like, your fuck it level's really low.
Fuck it, right? Yeah, man. And the fuck it time comes very often, right? Like very often. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you actually find something you enjoy, it's like less work, but you have, you know, motivation and like dedication to it is a lot easier to come by. If like I hate doing this, finding the motivation to do it is a lot harder. If it's the motivation is just money, you're not going to find that motivation for it. If you're like, I actually love doing this and I can actually put the time into it. Because I mean, starting a business, you're not going to see the rewards for a long. It starts out very slow and you got to grow into it. So you got to say, all right, I'm going to work at this for a year to get nothing back. But then after that year, then you can actually see the rewards. So you got to think, okay, am I going to hate doing it? You can't sit through an entire year of nothing hating it.
Yeah.
Find what you're passionate about, and then
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how much of this you want to get into, but like a lot of it too is if you're not passionate about it, there's a lot of fucking trials and tribulations that come through immediately.
Mentally,
do you
too.
want to touch on any that we hit like literally launch day before launch day, 2 days after?
Oh, his face.
Like with the company or the
everything that
website.
could have gone wrong on
Went
like
wrong.
launch day went wrong. I mean, so we hired a company to build our website, and we had to pick like a hard date to start the sweepstakes because we had to get registered and bonded for it. So we had to pick a date. Site was supposed to be done way before that. We pick the date. We get bonded. We're legally obligated to give away a car at this point. And then website's not done. They're going to get it done right before, and it's old and clunky looking. So the website, when we're going to launch, didn't look great. We had to get it, we had to scrap it a weekend and rebuild it.
Whoa.
So like the
Rebuild
website,
everything.
So those
Scrap the website, rebuilt it.
So the people that went into the website to buy when you guys started the giveaway,
Like the checkout. Yeah, I mean, you were on there.
that was pretty. Was that the finished product at that point, or
No,
what?
that was the old
'Cause that
one.
was pretty okay. Okay, so that was old. So you've revamped it since
Oh,
then.
it wasn't good enough for us. And, some
Nice.
people were like, the checkout process was clunky, this and that. But even worse than that, you have to get signed up with a credit card processor. So we had Stripe as our credit card
Oh,
processor.
man. They charge some
Fuck
fees.
Stripe.
They charge fees,
9
man.
p.m. the day before we're supposed to launch, I get an email from them saying, hey, guess what? We say that a sweepstakes is too high risk for you guys. Even though we're licensed and bonded, cancel us the night before.
The night before?
Take credit cards
Yeah.
except for PayPal.
So so then we were like scrambling, night before. We're getting like PayPal credit set up, which you have to like click on PayPal. It takes you to another window. It's just not ideal.
I always use PayPal just because of the security of it. If I see PayPal
As a
option,
consumer,
I always choose PayPal.
97% of people don't though.
Yeah.
It's like
Really?
3%
PayPal is
use
like 3 to 5%.
the rest
Really?
is like
That's
credit
interesting.
card.
Yeah. So I mean that was a nightmare.
Then our ads.
And then our ads, we had an ad agency doing the ads, and just they were supposed to be running it because that wasn't a piece that I'd done before.
Yeah.
And then we had some things where like I took a video of like the car and they were talking about it. And then the last like 4 seconds are me like putting the camera down to like turn it off. And honestly, I'm just aiming the camera at my nuts.
They didn't cut it.
They didn't cut it?
They ran that shit.
So then I'm on Instagram and I see the ad, and then it's just like me, like the ad, they just didn't cut it. And then it's the last 4 seconds are just the camera pointed at my crotch.
It's like, yo, I'm not advertising this right now.
So then we had to scrap the website, get it rebuilt, stop running ads with them, and then that was when YouTube University kicked in, and I had to
Do it
like I said,
yourself.
I did not sleep for 2 weeks straight, just studying every. I mean, I would at like some point like a zombie. I was living off of caffeine and couldn't. At the end of it, my brain just felt like
Living off of
a
venom.
bag of mush.
So we had to like restart our whole entire company on launch day.
Oh man.
And it was because we launched on December 15th, so then it was Christmas, New Year's.
Shit.
So we're flying back to California, and we're trying to do things remotely, and we just launched. We have this ticking countdown of like when we are legally obligated to give away this car, and it was just like I said, everything that could go wrong went wrong. But like I said, it's trials and tribulations. We got to figure it out.
Rolled right through it, man.
We got our new
And on
website
top
done.
of all
everything's-
that, if that wasn't bad enough, our biggest saying was we're like, we'll be the first sweepstake or first supplement company to do a sweepstakes with a car and give away a car.
Uh-oh.
3 days after launch, bro, bigger company fucking unveils that they're giving away a car.
So
No
we have our
way.
third party administrators. So they're a company. They're based 20 minutes away from us. So we only 2 people knew that we were doing this giveaway because we're the only person outside of apparel. We're like, there's a ton of companies that do sweepstakes.
It's a big giveaway.
But it's all clothing,
We were,
yeah.
holding it close to the chest. The only people that knew were our broker that was getting us our credit card processor, and then our website design people,
And the sweepstakes.
and the sweepstakes company. So what happens, like a big established company, they call up our sweepstakes. They pick the same one as us, like, hey, we need to do this immediately, and like rushed to get their sweepstakes to launch, and they were able to get it done 2 days after us. So somebody we know told them, and then we're just starting out. I'm 25, he's 28. We're like trying to get established in this, and this big company goes out of their way to try to copy us as close to launch day as we can.
With a huge influencer, like a guy that has over 5 million followers and stuff too.
With the Arnold
Hey,
of our
you
generation
know what?
right now.
That
You know
is
what though?
bullshit.
We might be able to hook you guys up with a big influencer. He used to actually do like workout videos like that. and he's big on.
Oh yeah, we'll stay in
yeah. We'll plug you guys in with him because he's a big TikToker now. But he used to do some other workout. Like he used to actually have like a workout channel focusing on that when he was in college.
Okay.
And might be able to hook you guys up with him now. I think he has like 4 million TikTok or something like that.
Yeah.
He has a YouTube video. They be putting.
They got like
work.
500K on YouTube.
We do have a affiliate program where we offer commissions to people. You get a coupon code.
Cool.
Definitely. Yeah. We'll definitely plug you guys in.
That'd be cool, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like again, business is business. People are gonna do it.
That means you're doing something right, bro.
Exactly. I was like, okay, we had a good idea. Obviously, they wouldn't be copying it if we didn't have a good idea.
But we do have a cooler car, though. I'll tell you that.
Let's go.
That Camaro looks sweet, though, man. That Camaro looks nice. Bro, it's wrapped, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I like it.
We'll
It looks.
show you
I'll
leave us in the garage.
Oh, you guys have it here? Oh, that's dope. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, all power to them. I wish them the best and everything. They are.
What's the company?
It's called Get Raw Nutrition. So they are. They
Get
are
Raw
another,
Nutrition.
Get Raw Nutrition. They are another.
I'm just playing.
Dang, just like that.
I don't like it raw like that, bro. Relax.
Okay. They are a good company. I don't want to shit on anyone else.
They're great.
They do also
it's a
offer.
great idea.
They do also offer quality supplements. And
That's good. That's good.
They have a good idea to give back to the car, but
Yeah.
it is what it is,
Bro, but y'all, I mean, that just shows how legit you guys are, because not everybody, like, you're talking about launch date already competing with one of the bigger, you know what I mean? Like, as far as like the giveaway, like what you offer is competing with one of the biggest companies there are, as far as supplements or whatever. Like, that's really cool, man. Like, that's, even though it's like, really?
Yeah, it's like, it is what it is.
You gotta be grateful for that.
We'll work through it, but
But if you didn't, but the original point here is if you weren't doing it for passion or whatever, if this wasn't something we really want to do, it's just a money grab.
Yeah.
Dude, there were so many points where it'd be like, fuck this.
Fuck it moment.
Like,
Yeah.
dude, we're getting out competed here. We got $60,000 online just the giveaway.
Yeah.
The giveaway.
You guys had, I think I saw you guys had one big influencer though promote the Stryve Supplements. He looked like he was in the reptile world too.
Yeah, my buddy Max.
Max? Okay.
Yeah, Max Strong. Shout out to Max Strong. Dude,
Max Strong.
He's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
He's got a big Instagram following. It's like 350,000
Hell yeah,
followers.
man.
One thing we did notice though is a lot of his people weren't necessarily gym people, so it didn't really convert that well, which is another learning experience.
Demographics.
Now we need we're honing in our demographic.
Yeah,
But,
man.
Dude, he put like 8 stories out. Dude, he was hooking it up.
It looked really
Thank you,
cool.
man.
That's dope.
he's
That's
awesome.
dope.
So what it does add though, like for those that aren't his followers or whatever, it's like, oh, they're really trying. Like nobody wants to support something that if they feel like the people pushing it aren't trying or care about it, And it's like, all right, they got some legitimacy with like a good influencer. They got legitimacy with great product. You know what I mean? And then they're backing it with a great giveaway and whatnot. Like you guys are hitting the trifecta right there, man.
there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into all of this, and like I said, a lot of sleepless nights working. There's, it's definitely not easy to start your own company. There's a lot of work. If you're not passionate about it, it's gonna be tough to put.
I will say, because we were just shitting on the marketing degree, but that might be something that you kind of have like a back. Like in the back of your head, if you ever did get a degree like that, is like the demographic side of it. Yeah. Because like we'll push on certain things and we've paid for certain promotions and stuff like that. But then you're like, yeah, but not everybody listens to podcasts, bro. Like, you might get more Instagram followers or something, or you might get this or that. But is that your goal? Like, do you want more Instagram followers, or do you want people to listen to your podcast or something like that? And then very quickly you start to realize, oh, okay, maybe we got to go somewhere like, these colleges or something like that. Cause like there is a whole generation of people that don't even listen to podcasts. And it sounds like you guys went through the same shit. It's like, car show, cool. Or big influencer,
I mean,
cool.
The big thing is, like I said, we have a standalone product. It is a top tier product. We're competitive in price. And the thing with supplements is it's so saturated. It's like, how do you stand out? Like I said, we offer a better product than most. I mean, there are other premium products, but we're in the, top 2% probably of like supplement products. So we're, either going to be better or the same quality. There's not really anything that's gonna be better than what we have. Mm-hmm. And then we're also competitively priced. And then our kicker to try to, get someone to say switch from the pre-workout, they're just like, hey, every dollar you spend, it's not like you're just buying a lottery ticket and not getting anything. You are getting a very good quality product. So it's not like you're losing out, but you also get that added benefit of the chance to win a life-changing car and cash.
Like an incentive. Yeah, it's a great incentive, man. So like as we close this up, what date does that end again? March
9th.
March 9th. So this episode will be out not next week, the following week. So you got plenty of time. Go buy some Stryve Supplements, man. They got good pre-workouts, good proteins, good capsules. They're getting ready to start manufacturing with us. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing. No, but it coming from a manufacturer, you could tell that they put work in and they really know what they're talking about. So it definitely sounds like a good product. And you got till March 9th, guys. Go
And
go
you've
check
used
it
their
out.
product too, so you can.
And I
speak for
use
that.
it right now. Like you said, right? I bought it for the sweepstakes, right? You know, but then it's like, oh shit, I got some pre-workout now, so I'm gonna try it out. Next thing you know, I want some more. You know what I mean? It's a great idea, man. Great idea.
Yep.
Anything else you guys want to get off, man?
Just thank you for having us on, man. It's
thanks so
been a
much.
good time.
Yeah,
appreciate you
man.
guys'
Thanks
time,
for
for sure.
having us, bro. Like, it was really cool how we met up. Like, one of my coworkers is his dad's in the reptile, like area. That's one thing too. I wanted to ask is like, what's one of your craziest reptile moments? Have you had like, because you mess around with a lot of stuff, man. Have you had any crazy moment?
I've had a lot. The one that stands out the most is, I tell everyone this. It's so we have saltwater crocodiles on property.
Saltwater crocodiles.
The male's about 15
Yeah.
foot. The female's about 10. And they bred for us last year, and they laid eggs. And dude, literally, Kyle was on an airplane coming back, and I'm watching the property, looking out there. I'm like, this female's about to lay her nest. Like, she's about to lay eggs.
Oh, shit.
And like, he's like, okay, cool. Just keep me up to date. 12 in the morning, like almost 1 a.m. She starts laying. And Kyle gets back. I'm like, dude, she's fucking laying eggs. And when the crocodiles lay eggs, they go into like a trance where like nothing can bug them. You could literally slap them in the face and they'll just keep laying eggs. But the male's a different story. So we're like, dude, this is our time to get the eggs. So like midnight, both of us have flashlights. Just the two of us. We hop in the enclosure, which has like 2 feet of land, and then it's like big ponds and stuff. Like not a good enclosure to be in.
Yeah.
And when I first hopped in, the male was behind us in a little pond, and then the female's like right here, and I'm hugging her tail, having eggs drop into my hand. The saltwater crocodile's laying eggs, and I'm just collecting and putting in the bins. We have a video, I'll show you. And like putting it aside, and then Kyle's like backing me up, and in the video, you hear Kyle go, oh shit, and the male is just launching out. We had to sprint across the enclosure, jump over a fence. And then the whole time, then after that, Kyle's like fighting the male on one side, and I'm collecting all the eggs.
Oh, shit.
We got over 50 eggs out of that nest that night, just collected them all. Because if we didn't, they would have went bad. So
And that's still, you got to
that was
capitalize.
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
That was
fucking
like one
insane.
shot. Yeah.
And crocodiles, they go like what, like 10, 15 feet? They could like it's like,
They're quick.
They're fast.
Yeah.
They're way faster than you would think.
People don't realize how fast they can run.
Have you seen those clips of them like grabbing like gazelles?
Oh,
or whatever?
yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
You'll never
Fast.
see them coming.
Yeah.
They're very
Yeah.
fast.
hell yeah.
And at nighttime, when you just have a little flashlight, like, and then you're just running, you just hear something behind you. I mean, it's 1,300 pounds. Like,
Yeah.
it's smacking on the ground. You're hearing that thing come at you.
Yeah.
That was the craziest one. But
That's
Look.
crazy. And your back's turned. You over here trusting this guy. He's like, I got him. Don't worry.
That's crazy, man.
Well, I
But-
look over and he had like a 16-foot PVC pole.
Yeah.
Brock grabs the pole and just starts swinging it. I see Kyle like ducking, like this thing's trying to hit him with the pole. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
we got this under control. We got this under control.
That'd be like a good commercial for your stuff. It's like, pass me the venom. You gotta pick up the game.
The cool thing is too, we don't know if anyone else has ever done that.
Yeah.
Ever collected salty eggs while they're being laid.
Yeah.
Ever. Like
Oh,
there may be some
really?
people out in the bush of Australia that have never documented it, but as far as like documentation, that's the only.
You put that on the YouTube, like
Yeah,
on
it's
the
on
what is it?
YouTube.
Primitive
primitive predators.
predators. So you
Yeah.
put that on the YouTube.
Yeah. That's the only documented case of that happening.
That's straight up.
That's
On,
crazy.
On our,
you guys
on our
are crazy.
DMs, send us links to everything that you guys have. For both of
Yeah,
you
we'll
guys,
put it in the
because I'm gonna
description.
put all that stuff in the description so people can go check it out because
definitely.
that's some dope. So I'm gonna go look at all that stuff
Yeah,
too.
check out my Insta. I have the video on my Instagram if you scroll
Okay,
back.
cool.
Yeah.
all the snake stuff and all that too.
Hell yeah, man! But yeah, I mean, it's you guys. These are really cool dudes, man. We hit them up. They worked with us super quick. Not only because I know I hit up Brian Grandy. What's your last name?
Think about like college grad and then knee.
Yeah,
Gradney.
Gradney.
Ryan Gradney. I know I hit up Ryan Gradney, and then he was like, "Hey, man, I mean, I got my business partner. I'm sure he'd love to talk about stuff." I was like, the more the merrier. We ended up pulling up on them, driving all the way to Jupiter. This was a great experience, man.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it, man.
Next time we'll bring Crocodile Kyle on too.
If he's got the time.
Yeah. He's out of town today, but next time.
Yeah, that'd be
That's dope.
cool, bro.
That'd
That'd
be
be
cool.
cool, man.
But all right, cool. We do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for once again for supporting us for another week. As always, all the things that we just spoke about will be down in the description below. Go ahead and show them some love. Go ahead and watch those videos. It'd be pretty cool to see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys want to add anything?
That's it, man.
Thank
all
you,
right,
guys.
Parker, watch out.
You guys.
Parker, watch out.